Okay.
Hit record. Okay, we are recording. It is October 4th, 2018. This is WIKISPEED Stand-Up for the week. Lorne, would you like to start us off?
Yes. Lorne, Salter, Gabriel Island, British Columbia, Canada. Past week I did virtually nothing except show up for the meeting. Coming week, I am really want to get the donation receipt, the whole thing. I want to work on that, and the reporting. But we should do both, so we'll have something to report. And blocks are a bunch of personal and political things happening. So I was trying to apply. I made 4 applications for government onto a government website yesterday. So that's blocks, and that's going to be ongoing. But I want to do both because, in fact, if I'm successful, then this is like a little bit like the charitable. It's going to mean some money in an account that we have to account for. So it kind of dovetails with getting the accounting going. So anyway, I'm getting nothing. So maybe I'll try reinstalling Zoom or something, but I'm getting nothing on this which worked great before with Zoom, with the link. Just a note there. Okay. That for me.
Just a little bit of crosstalk. Are you using the last link, like the one that came at, 6 o'clock?
Okay, I'll just look. 5 p.m. Is there another one?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
But that's your time. That's 6 your time.
An hour ago, basically. Okay, yep. I think that's what I'm using. So if that's one you're using as well and it's not working, then we got to figure that out.
Yeah, it's a little strange. And I tried turning on Zoom separately, and it turned on, but that didn't seem to help. So anyway, okay. That's a bug or glitch noted.
Okay. It's Michael Olchuk, Saskatoon, Canada. I didn't do very much last week. Most of it involved Zoom. I did figure out that the video file that I couldn't open for some reason on my laptop was fine. YouTube opened it just fine. And the original file, before I opened it in a video editor, VideoPad, was actually smaller and had better resolution. So I stuck with that one. But I didn't get it moved over to the WIKISPEED YouTube account, so I will be moving that one tonight when I get this one processed. Next week, I'm hoping to do a couple of things involving solar panels and a couple of things involving suspension on a car, but nothing. I'm not really expecting to get a whole lot more or a whole lot done because I still haven't gotten my garage cleaned, and that is my priority. I do have to get my vehicle inside because scraping the frost off every morning is getting annoying. And if that's a block, I guess not getting other stuff done is a block. It's preventing me from doing WIKISPEED stuff. And that's about it for this week for me. I'll let you go, Lorne. You can go with retrospective.
Okay. Hey, I'm a little slow here. I'm trying to paste. I've got Zoom open. I'm trying to paste in the meeting ID and see if there's a way to do that. Retro for me is going to be like a 2, and for the team, I'll make it 8. Although I'm wondering if people were having trouble getting on, so I was going to check around or email one or 2 people. one person anyway. And let's see. Process improvement will be to smooth the bugs. Although that's not really process improvement. What I'd really like to see happen is just a little for myself and the team, just communicate somewhat before the next stand-up and about how to proceed, say, planning for the next with the set a timeline and a goal of the people on the call or points or whatever. So that's it for me. Hello?
Sorry, I just sent out a message on Slack to see if anybody was having trouble connecting, and nobody got back to me. So either they gave up or no one else was trying to connect. I'm going to retrospective. I'm giving myself 1 because I only came to the meeting. I didn't actually get anything else done. Certainly not anything else that was done on my list. Team, I'll agree with you on the 8. It's we're back to 2 people on the call. I was hoping for more, and process improvement. Communication sounds good to me. Communicating about the stand-up meeting and when it's going to be, and trying to get more people onto it. So I think that's about it for stand-up. You want to go straight into crosstalk?
Yeah. So I might as well. I'm looking for a place in just myself booting, a place to paste in the meeting ID. Join. Here we go.
Yeah, and then the meeting ID is just 6 digits. So you don't need the whole thing. You just need the last 6 digits.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I'm pasting, and then I need. Okay, I'm counting digits here and where to cut it off. Okay. So it's like 460592 on this one?
I would have to switch over and take a look.
Yeah, okay, it's okay. It's okay, I'll give it a shot. No, I do want to connect. Okay. All right, so it's giving me, no, it's not, now I have a space in it. I wonder if I have to get rid of the space.
Probably.
Yeah.
Chris, we've done our stand-up and our retro, so if you want to go ahead, Lorne is in the midst of trying to get a tablet to connect to Zoom.
Cool. Well, I didn't really do anything this week, so that's my last week retro. Mike, were you able to get that video compiled last time?
I did the video the raw video that I couldn't open on my laptop for some reason. Did end up working when I loaded it up to YouTube, and it was both clearer and smaller than the video when I edited it into an AVI file. So cool. I haven't gotten it moved over to the WIKISPEED YouTube account. That's going to be after stand-up here. Okay.
So that's what I'll plan on doing next week is after you get that uploaded is sharing it various places, maybe our Facebook site, and possibly getting a link posted on the website. But again, that's pretty much it for my stand-up. I did not have a chance at all to do anything this week. So I'm actually going to go with a 0 for my ability to contribute. Maybe a half a point for joining the call late. And a 9 for the team, just because y'all are still kicking ass every week. So that's it for mine. Mine was nice and short.
Okay, Lorne, you still there? Hello, Lorne. I had the wrong number of digits. The meeting ID is actually 9 digits, 809-460-592. If you can hear me and you're just muted. Oh, I can see you. Yeah. You're muted though.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. I had
We're
to
in.
use digit. The 6-digit didn't work. I used the 9-digit.
Yeah, I misspoke. I should have looked it up instead of trying to remember.
And once I put in the 9 digits, it said WIKISPEED, and
Okay.
it gave me like a drop down and an option to hit it.
Okay.
So that's
good.
yeah. And so something wrong. Like the Gmail has gone through some changes, and they try and do everything in Gmail. So I may have to re-give it permission or something. It's a phone. It's a Android phone.
Not to get onto a Gmail topic, but if you go to somewhere that has marginal coverage in your house and refresh Gmail, and then it gives you the option to go to HTML and something about a slow link in the bottom right corner. I click on that, and then it takes you and puts you into HTML, and it doesn't try and do everything in Google anymore. It actually calls external programs.
Okay, so you just okay, so I should go to somewhere where I have a bad connection? Is that the idea?
Yeah, because if you refresh Gmail and it takes like more than 10 or 20 seconds, they say, "Is that a slow link?" And then they give you an option to limit the verbiage that they send along.
I got a perfect spot.
This wasn't done on purpose the first time. I just happened to notice, hey, look, it gives me an option. And then it sort of looks and works more like the old stuff.
Yeah, sometimes
Does anyone...
links. Actually, I should look, because it took me somewhere, but it wasn't taking me all the way. And sometimes on that page it says view in browser.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not very impressed with the color scheme that Google has as default. And from the complaints online, I'm quite sure I'm not the only one.
So, are you talking about video or just the background for your apps?
The Gmail with the bright colors and
so that was
highlighting things and putting links all over the place.
Yeah, it looks like Lego or something. It looks like a toy block set.
Well, actually, I would compare it more to a bad hangover and throwing up and then having to clean it up. So. I'm an engineer. I don't have any sense of color at all, and it even offends me. So.
Yeah, well, my wallpaper is black, and it's really hard on this phone to. I had to get an app that's black wallpaper, and it keeps jumping, and it keeps jumping to various, like, the thing it likes to revert to is change wallpaper every time phone is moved.
Oh goodness.
That seems like a useless setting.
Anyway, sorry to get really off topic here.
But, anything else we want to cover in crosstalk?
Hey, we're not at war anymore across the border. Yeah,
they like taking things down to the wire, don't
they? Chris, is it in the news at all about NAFTA there?
I have no idea because I don't really watch the news. Well, especially not the last couple of days, a few days. So I'm really not sure. I mean, I know they've been talking about it in the past, but I haven't heard anything about the latest developments.
Have you heard what the new name of it is?
No.
So it's the United States Marine Corps plus an A, USMCA.
Oh, okay.
US, Mexico, Canada. I don't know why Mexico only gets one letter. I would do USMXCA. But anyway, Mexico only gets a letter in the middle.
Right.
Canada only gets a letter. It's an agreement is the A at the end.
Oh, agreement, right. Oh, really?
Yep. Anyway, it's signed, and hopefully it will help trade a little bit.
Yeah.
So I guess besides posting to social media, is there any other suggestions on what we can do to get some more people onto the call?
I mean, there was a guy in Texas who was he was kind of looking for a job, so I don't know how possible. I was excited about the guy in Mexico, actually, and now we have a dial-in number in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
So if we could, if anybody knows his email.
I can find it because it's in the WIKISPEED account.
Yeah, but without a lot of work.
He joined within the last month. It's not a lot of work.
Beyond that, I mean, there's people in Linwood, so maybe we could kind of try and ping them again. Right there is the what is it?
Is the shop still? Is the shop still in Linwood or?
You know what? So Joe's birthday was this week, I think, and they had the party at the Linwood shop, so it's not closed down yet.
Okay.
They had a party there, right?
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea, actually. Maybe we just send something to the Google group, letting everybody know, hey, I mean, I'm sure they've seen it, but we've got we're using Zoom now, and we're going to be recording the sessions if anybody wants to join the call for next week. Because that's a group of people that are already interested in WIKISPEED.
Maybe in the instructions in the email, the kind of thing. Say if your email link doesn't take you there, then copy the 9-digit number into Zoom.
I think that only works if you actually created a Zoom account, though.
I think if you downloaded the app, you have to. I can't remember if I had to create an account to download the app. Anyway, yeah, right. Yeah, that's right. So it's only for some people.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's all for me. I was on the computer doing forms for 8 hours yesterday, and then people calling me and asking me to fax things for them and everything. So I've had enough screen time for a week.
Okay, well, Chris, I'm sure your screen time is getting up there as well.
Oh yeah.
If you're doing testing all day every day, so.
Yeah, exactly. And I actually got a Raspberry Pi earlier this week, and I've been playing around with that a little bit in the little bit of time that I have at the house. So it's been a lot of fun.
So what are you using it for? Like, what are you going through demos on?
I'm just kind of learning about it right now. I've got it hooked up to my TV. I've been looking at a lot of different projects for it, like home automation, or really one that would correlate with WIKISPEED is the in-vehicle infotainment stuff. Using it as like navigation and radio, and possibly hooking it up to like the CAN bus and using it to monitor the vehicle. But I don't. But right now, I've just got it hooked up to my TV, and I'm playing around with it. What I was just doing was trying to get Netflix working on it, which apparently is a giant pain in the ass. And somebody finally got it working, and then Netflix did some sort of an update that broke it within the last month or two. So, yeah. Which, I mean, it's not important to have Netflix on there. It's just, because I tried it and it didn't work. Now it's like one of those little tasks that I want to chase down.
I envy your energy.
Yeah.
For me, when I bang my head against the wall, first of all, it hurts, and second of all, I do something else.
Yeah, I get a little.
I don't sit and bang against the same dent in the wall.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Well, I make new dents. I've read a lot of web pages in the past 2 hours about trying to get it to work and why it's not working, and then because all of those web pages, like I said, were the fix from a couple months ago, I've been reading a lot about the different components they use to get it working, and trying to get that working under the latest version. So.
I think EVTV is using a Raspberry Pi for an interface for the battery charger stuff.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
Maybe something else. Oh yeah, they're using it as sort of a replacement for the dashboard, but they don't like it as a replacement for the dashboard because it's not how would you say, reliable enough.
Yeah, it's from what I've read about that, there can be some lag. It doesn't natively have a real-time clock on it, but I think there's an add-on board that you can get that adds a real-time clock that may help with that. But yeah, that's one of the complaints I saw, is like trying to use it for like a speedometer or something like that. That it's not reliable enough to be accurate because there might be some lag in it actually displaying the information.
I have Go ahead.
The delays, they're actually using Bluetooth and stuff, and the Bluetooth LE is actually very good, like 50 millisecond latency. The problem seems to be
Right.
It's a computer, right? And
Right.
communications. I mean, you don't very often have a microwave, but you could be driving by some equipment that's like the motion detectors on the local shopping center or whatever, and it interferes with your with your communication. So.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's not such a big deal when all you're doing is displaying the speed, and you're not changing speed that quick. But all of the things that your car is trying to tell you desperately that you should stop and fix me would be a bad thing to lose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen some setups where they're using Bluetooth to connect to the display, and then I've seen some where they're hardwired using like an HDMI or I think there's another way you can hook it up, like with RCA cables or something like that. But yeah, I've seen a couple different setups that people have done with that. But most people aren't using it to actually display like the dash information. Most people are using it as, like I said, the infotainment. So maybe navigation, maybe the radio, videos, things like that, and backup cameras.
I think the backup cameras would be a good thing, or a surround camera if you could get it to stitch together. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. When I was up in Detroit a few months ago, the rental car that my in-laws had that stitched together camera, and I when I first saw it, the top-down view, I was like, how are they even doing that? So I had to look it up. I'm like, oh, they got 4 cameras and they're stitching the view together. It's like that's crazy.
It is very, very handy. I must say, the truck that I bought has a rear view camera. I find myself backing into places that I would normally drive forward because I can't see the nose of the truck.
Right.
So if I'm backing up, I know how far I am away. If I'm going forward, I don't actually know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I have a battery question for Michael.
Yes.
So I got this app. I often with my tablet, especially, but with my devices, I think I need a new battery. The batteries act funny. So I got a app called AccuBattery, which gives you a bunch of statistics and the heat, the temperature, and the charging. Charging. And in it they have it actually set to give you an alert at 80% to unplug now, and this is like lithium batteries, and to plug in at 15%. And I've kind of been following that, and then everything seems to work a whole lot better. But Can you kind of confirm or tell me anything about lithium batteries and because conventional wisdom is, fill it up and then totally discharge it. It's good for the battery, but there's probably more things about it that I don't understand.
Yeah, the lithium batteries actually work very well if you charge it to 51% and discharge it to 49%. You can probably do that 50,000 times. The higher you charge and the lower you discharge, you cut into the cycles. I believe what Nissan is using is they charge to 80 or 85%, but they call that 100%. And when they discharge, they call 20% zero. That's where I think 25, you go into turtle mode, and at 20, the thing just shuts off. So if you go to 100% and discharge to 0%, you'll get maybe 400 or 500 cycles. 90 to 10, you'll get maybe 800 or 1,000. 80 to 20, you should get 2,000 plus. And 75 to 25, maybe 3,000. So oversizing the battery is what seems to be the balance between oversizing the battery and using a method of, not all the time, but if you can convince the user to charge up to a level and discharge down to a level that's like 75-25 or 80-20. Yeah. Most of the time you can go to 90% and down to 10% once in a while. You just can't do it consistently. Otherwise,
yeah, right. Yeah. So like if you're going on a long, trip or whatever, and you could take it up to 100, but it warns you that lowers the battery life.
Actually, Tesla has a mode that they will let you charge to 90 or 95, and then discharge. I can't remember what it goes to. And then if you can override it by saying, no, I'm going on a long trip, I need the extra capacity, and it will let you that one time go up to 100%. Right. And then the next time you plug it in, it'll charge it up to 90 or 95 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Kind of cool. But that's bigger batteries. The other thing is temperature. The lithium batteries seem to work really well about 40 degrees Celsius. And cooler than that, they work a little less well, and like around 0, they don't work very well at all. So you're not going to run into that with a tablet, but you do with a car.
Yeah, so I'm looking for the temperature. I don't know if I thought I had.
Has anybody got a warning about the recording?
Nope.
I haven't, so I'm going to walk over to my laptop and see.
I see that it's recording, but I didn't get the warning yet. Which last time it popped up on the
what do I see here?
On the Android. Actually, I don't know that it popped up on the Android.
The meeting alert says, "Here is a gift." The meeting alert says, "Here is a gift. We've removed the 40-minute time limit on your first group meeting." Obviously, we didn't. It didn't count last meeting as the first meeting, which is interesting.
Oh, yeah, I just got that pop-up. This meeting no longer has a time limit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you for choosing Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay.
Oh yeah, so there's a task I've just remembered, which is to try and email them and find out what their plans are. Do they have plans in raising prices or?
Well, they definitely have. Yeah, they've definitely got pricing structures. I get emails with the pricing structures pretty much every day. But in terms of what is supplied for free and whether they're going to limit that, I haven't seen anything come through yet.
Yeah. Okay. Good talking to you. And we got so we I think we need to revise up the thing because Chris arrived. So we revise up the group, the team rating.
We're going to go for 9, are we?
Yep.
Okay.
20 minutes late, so
Woohoo.
maybe an 8.5, right?
Yeah, well,
Okay.
over 8 anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. We will talk to you next week,
Yeah.
and I will get the YouTube stuff posted when the laptop finishes chugging away on this video.
Cool. All right. Great
Okay.
seeing y'all again.
Okay. Good night.
Yeah.
No, I hang up.